Water level at 5 of the 12 treatment plants of the Central Water and Sewage Authority remains critically low. Today, SVG-TV news team was part of a tour hosted by the company to the Dalloway water catchment, where it was evident that pockets of the water intake have totally dried up. We hear more in this report.
It's a fruit there that's normally covered on a normal day. You see in the road next to the stone.
Stream flow of the two water catchments at Dalloway in Vermont have decreased by about 3 feet, causing some areas of the river to be totally dried up. The Dalloway water treatment plant operator Angus Lewis says this is the worst he has seen it in his 11 years of work.
2010 was bad, but this one so far has been the worst since I've been here. Right? This is worse than 2010. On a normal day during the rainy season, the water levels would be up to here.
He says only 5% of what is normally collected is currently reaching the new water treatment plant.
When this would feed all 4 filters, and the 4 filters would in turn feed the storage tanks. Right? And this, what we see in here coming directly from the Dalloway stream. Right? This one that is off is the 24 stream, but this system, we're using this system on a lower tank because the pressure of the water does not bring up enough to support this one. Okay, so this is one of our filters. This holds 125,000 gallons of water. Right? And currently empty because of the reduced flow from the river.
The older water storage systems are now being used as rationing continues for customers.
So 24 stream is currently being utilized at this point, right? Because the current pressure of the water cannot go up the hill. Right? So we're using it down here, which we're getting a better flow from it down here. We have 2 storage, but this storage down here is only being used during dry season. Outside the dry season, it's just there stored.
The Dalloway water system supplies customers of CWSA from Buckermont to Kalioquah, which is about 40% of the company's water base on mainland St. Vincent. At a news conference on Tuesday, the company's representative said they have been struggling to supply water at normal levels for weeks, forcing them to take drastic measures, including disruption of water supply to their customers twice a day for at least 6 to 9 hours daily. The extreme drought conditions, according to CWSA authorities, is brought on by climate change. Similar disruptions are being done to the other 4 water systems, Majorca, Montreal, Mamoon and John Hill. Customers are asked to adhere to strict water conservation and to activate personal water storage at home. For SVGTV News, Larissa Pogsley-Kidd.
As the much-anticipated ICC Men's T20 World Cup draws closer, St. Vincent and the Grenadines today welcomed the coveted trophy at the Argyle International Airport, where a ceremony was hosted by the SVG Tourism Authority. The day's events included a caravan from the airport, culminating with a collaborative marketing campaign with the Carnival Development Corporation under the theme Unleash Runs and Rhythms. At a welcome ceremony at the AIA, Minister of Tourism, Culture and Sustainable Development, Carlos James, said there is a packed agenda over the next few days for the tour of the trophy, which he said is in safe hands.
But I want to assure the ICC and their committee that we have gone to the length and breadth to ensure that we have all of the necessary safety and security arrangements in place for the trophy. What cricket and this ICC Men's T20 World Cup means to our region, our Caribbean civilization, is the legacy of West Indies cricket in the next generation of the many students and cricketers and athletes who are going to see for the very first time this trophy here on our island, but also a number of the international games which will be played here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines at the Arnoldsville Cricket Stadium. This is an opportunity that is once in a lifetime for many of these athletes. The next Mike Finley, the next Ian Allen, the next Nixon McLean, Dayton Butler, Kesrick Williams, and I can go on. Kenroy Peters, they're all here. And the future of our cricket in the West Indies, the legacy of this ICC World Cup represents that. It fuels that. It provides the impetus from many of our next generation of cricketers to motivate them to excel to the next level.
Minister James said, as a proud people of the Caribbean civilization, the tour of the ICC T20 Cricket World Cup trophy is a legacy of West Indies cricket as a region and as a nation.
So when we make the infrastructural investment in our sporting talent, in our stadiums, in our fields, we're doing so because we are putting in place the framework for development for cricket and the development of sports in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I am indeed humbled that not only Anna's Vale will be developed, we now have all of the towers up for the lights. On the weekend, I was there with Nixon visiting the facility. But of course, we are going to see upgrades at Sion Hill. We're going to see upgrades at Anna's Vale 1. And of course, in North Leeward, we are seeing upgrades to Cumberland Playing Field. And just this week, we broke ground on the development of a new playing field in Trumoka, where I'm from. On Thursday, this trophy will be placed in the square in Trumoka. It is the home of former West Indies cricketer Mike Findlay, the home of former international cricketer Will Slack, and it is the home or the school in which Ian Allen attended and pretty much developed his skills as the fearful attacking fast bowler he was once known as. We have a rich legacy of cricket in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, but undoubtedly I would say we have a rich legacy of cricket in Trumoka and in North Leeward. I'm happy to welcome this ICC Men's World Cup trophy to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and I'm certainly elated that many of our Vincentians are out looking at the various sites where this trophy will be visiting and will be participating in the official tour.
On Friday, there will be the official launch of Vincimas 2024, incorporating the trophy tour under the theme Unleash Runs and Rhythm at Heritage Square. In other local news now, we heard that Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves is leading a 7-member delegation comprising head of the Youth Advisory Council, Anson Latchman, Parliamentary Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister, Shaquille Bob, Road and John Press Officer, Chevrel Macmillan, and Security Officer Irwin Adams. The Prime Minister is also being accompanied by his wife, Eloise Gonsalves. The Prime Minister will attend the inauguration of the new Taiwanese president and will hold meetings both in New York City and Taiwan while away. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is one of Taiwan's strongest allies, and both countries have held diplomatic relations over the past 43 years. The Sanders Foundation has joined local NGOs Hands to Earth and Grow in Time's Vertiver Craft project, making a $10,000 investment into the Vertiver Livelihood Prisoner Rehabilitation and Resocializing Training Programs. The investment, which will support phase 1 of a 2-part project, include the development of a Vertiver Heritage Craft and Design Center, which is open today. The center will create an experimental space designed to educate the public about the use of vetiver grass in livelihood creation and land conservation. It will also showcase vetiver products made by prisoners and ex-prisoners of His Majesty's prisons in Kingston and Belial. CEO of the SVG Conservation Fund, Van Burn Harry, said they are happy to celebrate the opening of the Vetiver Heritage Center, which he describes as a sustainable project.
This is a byproduct of the grant funding that we would have supported Hand to Earth with. And we are extremely happy and proud that this center will now be a center of excellence to showcase the wonderful craft that vetiver grass can produce, and to also provide education about vetiver grass and the use of it, and to provide training as well. Now, the vetiver grass, we would have funded a project that was called the vetiver system technology that was used in the North Leroy district, and that project started in 2021 and it was implemented by Hand to Earth. The project would have touched on a myriad of challenges that we do have now, socioeconomic challenges. It would have touched on farmland restoration, it would have touched on sustainable agricultural practices, it would have touched on livelihoods, it would have touched on food security. So a very robust and well-rounded project. And we are extremely happy and proud that we can say that this project that we would have funded is a successful project, because it has now moved from the threshold of being a successful project to a sustainable one, where all of the knowledge and expertise that was gained throughout the life cycle of that project is now being implemented, and not just being implemented by Hand to Earth, but within the community that they would have implemented these projects. So we're extremely happy and proud about that, and we just want to wish and extend congratulations and all the best to Hand to Earth going forward.
Heidi Clark, Executive Director of Sandals Foundation, said they are happy to partner with the Hands to Earth organization on the project.
The Sandals Foundation is all about what we can do to strengthen the communities and the environment in which we work in all the islands where our hotels operate. So we're really pleased to be partnering today with Hands to the Earth, which is most incredible. It is a combination of many of the missions we look at. It's skills training, it's rehabilitation, and it's about environmental conservation. So partnering with this group, learning about this incredible vetiver grass and what it's able to do has been a learning experience for all of us, but a way for us to give back and continue to improve and safeguard the islands where we work, which is so important to us. Today, I'm very pleased to see this centre open that we have been able to assist with funding to make possible, and to bring travel advisors and international media here. So bringing our travel partners and the media here helps us to bring awareness to what we are doing, and that in turn brings more partners, gets them involved, brings more funding, and that is what it's really all about for us. It's awareness, and it's about letting our travelers know that showcasing the best of local is what we want to do. We want people to feel the island when they come to it. We want them to know St. Vincent, the people of St. Vincent, and of course the great heritage of vetiver and how it's impacting the environment here.
Winston Nichols, who started the program while at His Majesty's prison, said he has learned a lot over the years and is happy to be serving as a trainer.
Because we started 2015 when Minister Wallace came into the prison to start the program. I was introduced by the superintendent of prison at the time, that was Brenton Charles, to take the grass on the inside and get them ready. Really and truly, she came in to teach the ladies, the females, but then eventually, while she there, about 2 weeks or so, I realized, man, we could do with this program as well. So I told her, say, what about us, the male? And she probably talked to the superintendent, and eventually the program came down to us. From after that, I was just involved in the program, you know, change the plotting to a different standard, start designing, you know, because she taught me well about it. So she taught me how to do different proportions in the plots that will suit what, you know. And then I just keep going from the I would go to different places, see different things, bring design out of them, and then I'll bring it back, and we would work on it and just bring it out. You know, great works. You can see the art in everything, really. If you look around you, there's something to bring out of everything.
Nichols said many people have benefited from the program, and he would like to see it continue for years to come.
Everything that was made and sold, all that money come right back to the prisoners and the prison, because the program do sponsor the farm in the prison, and then the money, the guys will spend the money in the commissary, so not directly but indirectly it goes back to the prison. Then it would have benefited us much by supporting some of our families on the outside, children, mom, with finance, you know, and even ourselves. What the prison does not provide for us. Through this program, we were enabled to buy stuff and keep ourselves great. And basically, I just don't want to see this program go down the road. I wish it could continue all the time. I mean, at one time, they tried to take the program out of Kingston and take everything to Bill Isles, but unfortunately, we really fight hard, Mr. Willett fight hard and get the program back in Kingston, because I think it would have been unfair to see the program started in Kingston and they take it all to Bill Isles at one place, but eventually we got it back in Kingston, extended to many more people. I've been a trainer for quite some time and I'll continue to do so any opportunity that I get.
Two other former inmates who have also benefited from the program while serving at his magistrate prison say that it has been beneficial to them inside and out of the prison walls.
So like income and thing, we have a mat we make, we have a basket and so forth. And we got a little money to spend in the commissary, or we could send out something for our family, you know. And the program was so nice, but after 10 I start fight down the program in the prison and all this kind of thing, so, you know. Trying to let them know what people to eat and thing and survive and thing, because it's a good program and people benefited from it too. It's nice since I come out here. I benefited a lot from it too, because I'm making mat, I'm making basket and I'm making a little income from it. I teaching other people to do it and so forth, you know. So it's a good thing, you understand? And I would like to see the program reach further and continue. And I thank to Sanders who sponsor this thing here to keep it going, you understand?
When I learned the skills, it helped me a lot, because sometimes now I dey home, I could get up and say, you know what, boy, I got some grass in the back there. Let me plant some grass. After planting the grass, I could say, let me sew some mat, go down on the beach, hook them up on some tree, and the tourists will come in, you know, and look up on them. If they like it, they buy. But you know, they always like the product because it's good product, you know. And when I talk about good product, like, I mean like proper thing, you know? Yeah.
We heard that the Caribbean Primary Exit Assessment, CPA, got underway today at the various examination centers across St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Reports are that a number of anxious students accompanied by their parents or guardians turned up very early today at the various examination centers in capital Kingstown. 1,745 students from grade 6 are setting the examination this year. 873 are males and 872 are females. Today the students at the mathematics and social studies.
The exam was hard, but a little easy.
CPA was easy. For most of it though. Plenty of studying. And I take my time. I read the questions twice. And for most of them I knew, because I studied them over and over again.
My name is Shaquan Craig. I live Ryland Hill and I am in Kingston Anglican School. CPA was real easy.
The students will return tomorrow to the examination rooms to sit the remaining 2 subjects, English and Science. We do wish them all the best. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force has extended congratulations to Superintendent of Police Junior Simmons for winning the Top Caribbean Community Policing Officer Award presented by the Association of the Caribbean Commissioners of Police in conjunction with the Amalgamated Security Services Limited. The ACCP was established in 1987 and currently comprises commissioners of police, chiefs of police from 25 Caribbean countries. The recognition is part of the ACCP, the ASSL Regional Recognition Awards Program, which honors outstanding police officers from ACCP member forces. The ACCP ASSL Regional Recognition Awards Program shines a spotlight on outstanding police officers across the Caribbean, honoring them in 3 key categories: Top Caribbean Community Policing Officer, Top Caribbean Crime Fighter, and Top Caribbean Career Move. Each year, the top officer in each category is awarded a trophy, a round trip, and a cash prize of US $5,000, which they direct towards a charitable cause or initiative of their police force choosing. Superintendent Simmons was presented with the award on Tuesday during the 38th Annual General Meeting and Conference of the Association of Caribbean Commissioners of Police held in Belize City, under the theme Improving Regional Security Through Stronger Law Enforcement Cooperation. A young Canadian with Vincentian and Barbadian roots who is pursuing a PhD in history at the University of New Brunswick is set to present his groundbreaking research on his Vincentian roots at a presentation tomorrow evening at the UWI Global Campus site in capital Kingstown. Connor, the merchant, is expected to delve into a little-known aspect of Vincentian history in his presentation titled Making Whiteness, Remaking Empire, the Poor Whites of Dorsetshire Hill, St. Vincent from 1834 to 1940. The merchant is expected to explore the lives of his ancestors, who were often referred to as Dorsetshire Hill Bajans or Poor Whites.
I chose this topic because my ancestors were part of that settlement at Dorsetshire Hill, both part of bringing those people from Barbados and some of the people who came themselves. So I still have a few cousins here on St. Vincent. One of the most significant things that I found was that originally the government of Barbados sought to resettle the poor whites here in St. Vincent, but the government initially said no, because they weren't granting land to free black people at that time and didn't want to give any to the poor whites. They did come eventually, but in a different way. So that speaks to the wider issues of racism and the role that whiteness plays in the history of the Caribbean.
The merchant's presentation is expected to draw significant interest and discussions.
I just wanted to say thank you to the University of the West Indies Global Campus for inviting me here to speak and for such a warm welcome that I've received. It's been very nice to be back on St. Vincent. I'll be doing a lot of research here, but also some sightseeing as well and visiting some distant family members.
Camille Lacram, officer in charge of the UWI Global Campus, believes the merchant's findings could be pivotal for the Vincentian community. And the 10th Archbishop, the Most Reverend George Cuthbert Manning Woodruff Memorial Lecture, a significant event on the calendar of the Anglican Church in the Diocese of the Windward Islands, will take place here tomorrow, Thursday, May 16, 2024, at the Anglican Pastoral Center to New Montrose, Kingstown, beginning at 7 p.m. As the Anglican Church celebrates the 60th anniversary of the Bishop's College Kingstown and the Bishop's College Carriacou, the lecture will be delivered by a distinguished former student of the Bishop College Kingstown, His Honor John Alvin Balla, who is currently serving as a magistrate. A news release says the lecture will speak on the topic Law on Morality and the Role of the Church.